Great rise in Facebook. Great rise in YouTube. Child, I'm running a little late. And not really, I'll tell y'all what it's about. Get your chair. Get your weights. Get your mats. Line up. Walking wall to wall. Happy Friday! Or as Joan would say, Fabulous Friday. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yes, indeed, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I think. So happy. See, I was supposed to take care of this. Excuse me a minute, y'all. Thank you for the company. I know y'all was talking about old people and stuff. Hey, Friday, a whole week. So if you walked with me this week, you did 2.5 hours exercise. Happy birthday to my little niecey Sylvia. I forgot to say it. I said it to her. I texted her and put her birthday on Facebook. And she's supposed to be coming down, but we'll see. So happy birthday, Sylvia. Belated. We're both Sagittarians, so she's a wonderful lady. And you know what got me late this morning? I said, okay now, you are going to be coming to a whole year of walking. What rewards do you give yourself? I know y'all look for rewards for other people, but honey, I have learned to reward myself, and that's how I keep going. Boy, I don't like the way that Facebook looks. It's so light. Let me see something here a minute now. We'll just give it a tiny bit of a turn-ish. Nah, it is what it is. So, I was like, well, I'd like to do something different on Saturday than walking. I really want to get into weights and chair exercises. I always say, like, get your weight, get your weight, get your mats, line up what wall you're walking to and from. But I never do. You don't see me do them. I do weight, like today was weight. Today was like upper body weight. Because I tell them, these pecs and these back muscles, I'm trying to tell y'all, very importante. And this core. That's another thing I got lost in. I was, hey, great rising. Hey, Diane. Hey, Mary. Where's my Joni? I didn't call Joni. Joni! Where you at, Joni? I know that therapy can be a little rough. But we pushing through. Just like we push through. Anyway. I said, I am walking in my core. And when I started in January, I did say the object of this walking so I can strengthen my core. So I can walk and move in my core. So that all this top heavy stuff is not on my hips, my knees, or my ankles. My core is carrying it. And guess the bleeding what? My core is carrying it. I can't see who that is, but I think it's my Joni. Morning, Joan. You pushing through, right? You pushing through. We're all pushing through. So I was like, oh man. I know y'all wait for Christmas and stuff to get gifts and give gifts to yourself and stuff and other. Well, gifted is when you're really gifted stuff, it's different. 5 minutes already, walk is already over. So I said I did it. I'm moving in my core. I can swivel my waist, not having to worry about pinching or catching anything. Walk fast or walk slow. None of this top weight is on my hip, my knees, or my ankle because my core is strong. It is holding this up. And I'm so happy because that's what I went for when I started walking. So now, this morning I'm saying, okay, so how do you want to gift yourself? And I said, you know what? I really want to do weights. To share with y'all weights. And share when we do the weights. I gotta tell you, I keep telling myself that besides Joan, Mary, Diane, Sean, and maybe about 15 Facebook friends that give me likes, or after I finish the walk I see their comments. Ezo, our illustrator who walks with us every now and again. This is not like a thing that's going to draw a crowd of people, okay? So, but as I'm in quarantine, I feel really good sharing like this. So I convinced myself that there's people watching me. I convinced myself for a whole year. Well, coming into a year. But definitely 12 months. So, I want to do the weights. Here's the thing, let me tell you about Gym Life. On Gym Life, if you go to the gym on Saturday, we used to go to LA Fitness on Saturday because my daughter and I both worked during the week. We would come sometime in the evening, but our full day of workout would be Saturday. Let me tell you something. That LA Fitness was on a parking lot. That easy because there was a fresh food grocer, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chinese food, a bed linen place. And before LA Fitness came, we used to go there and the place was empty. You can park like right up to the grocery, right up to Kentucky Fried, right up to the Chinese people. And what a bedding place to get your mattress. And LA Fitness came. And that parking lot filled. And on Saturdays, you literally have to drive around hoping that someone that came at like 7 o'clock is leaving. Because we used to do class and stuff. We used to do aqua ropes, which is mad fun. But the parking lot was full. You would go inside, you could barely get a locker. But it's not just LA Fitness, it's Crunch. It's the why. Saturday is that whole thing where everyone comes. So after a while, it becomes such a hassle that if you can avoid Saturday, go into Sunday, and then work out in the evening. Or like I used to do with Johanna. We used to catch the 5 o'clock. We used to work out from 5 to 5:45. So, Saturdays is rough. But, I've always liked to work out Saturdays at 10 o'clock. At times, when maybe holidays and stuff like that, when people go out of town and they're not around, and you go to the gym, and Saturday at 10 o'clock, and it's wonderful. It is so great. I don't know, maybe because it's Saturday or what, but it is a wonderful workout. I used to go to Crunch Saturday at 10 o'clock. Oh, okay, the parking lot was full, but the place was so big, it didn't even matter. It was wonderful. Oh, it was just so great getting that 10 o'clock weight going, using those machines, just focusing on, oh, and Crunch had those ropes, and I would go in there and I would do those ropes. I would be doing those ropes. Oh, man. Oh, that was a nice stroll down memory lane. So, I'm saying, how am I going to reward myself? And I said, you know what? I'm going to do weights on Saturday. I'm going to do weights and chair exercises. I'm not going to walk on Saturday. But what I'm going to do is do 15 minutes on my bike as a warm-up for the weight and chair exercises. See? I wanted to get the bicycle in too because every other day. Like today I did weights. And I do all up and I do my push-ups. And I hang from my bar. I do my, I don't know what you call it, pull-ups. I'm just trying to get up. And such. So, and I'll be doing that about 10 o'clock. I'll be jumping on my bike at 10, just like my Crunch days. Because the 10 o'clock on Saturdays was during my Crunch time. Which I love Crunch. And they were so good. They would let, like Costco came in. Yes, honey, was giving us cards for $25. Yes, yes, yes. I called my daughter. I was like, girl, you better get over here so I can get your Costco card for a year for $25. Then they would have different drink promoters come through. Then, oh, yeah, and this was Saturdays. They would bring in a DJ. Oh my goodness. Working out in Crunch on Saturday with the, I can't do any video. YouTube done sent out all these notices and all kind of stuff like that. But Crunch would have a DJ, honey. And he would be pumping up those sounds. And I would leave out that place. I would have sweat dripping off me. Like 2 hours, he would be pumping it. Boom, boom. All you could feel is that bass coming through. And girl, whoo, I forgot about the good times at Crunch. Oh, I did love Crunch. I did. Oh. And the best thing about Crunch, that was the first time I met a trainer. First, an African American woman. Second, she was 65 years old. And I scraped together my little bit of money. It was a lot to hire a trainer. It was $35 for a half hour. But I could only scrape it up twice. But I did, and I trained with her. And it was wonderful. Oh, we're at the halftime. I forgot about Crunch. Oh, such good times working out Saturdays at Crunch. Yes. Oh. Hey, Joni. Happy Friday to you, Joan. Great risings. Great risings. Yes. Thanks, Joan. How you doing? We pushing through. That's the theme that we walked in day. I'm going to remember every time we go walking. Pushing through, Joan. We pushing through with you. So, I forgot about them Crunch days. Then they used to have downstairs, used to have the little hors d'oeuvre things. Like I told you, they were allowing, like, corporate folks to come through and give us stuff. So you be working out, you come downstairs. On Saturday, there's a table, somebody's giving out juices. So, you were forever getting stuff at Crunch. And then that DJ, oh, you, it was almost like a club, honey. Well, yeah, it is a club, but, you know, you open, as you coming through the building, you could just hear that bass. You just hear that bass, and you get in there, and it hits you. So even as you stand in line, you're like, I'm here to work out. I'm here to get pumped. And that bass is pumping you up. Oh, yes. Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Crunch is a good gym. I love their machines. I love some of the machines they didn't have at LA Fitness. But, you know, they didn't have a pool. LA Fitness had a pool. Because that's when we did the aqua aerobics, which is mad fun. But, I don't know, it was just something about Crunch. It was the excitement. It was LA Fitness too, but Crunch had an extra air of excitement, especially on Saturday. So I couldn't wait to get there on Saturday. So anyway, the reason why I brought that up is to say that first Saturday of the new year, I'm not going to be walking. I'm going to start off on my bike, and it'll be at 10 o'clock. I'll start off on my bike, do that 15 minutes, and then come downstairs, and I'll have my 5-pound weights and my 10-pound weights for now. I'll have my chair, my card folding chair, and for 15 minutes, so 15 minutes bike, 15 minutes weights to start off with, because we increase. We're not increasing in weights because I know I'm 64. I'm not out there trying to be no Olympic weight thingy. So you have a choice of increasing the weights or increasing the count. I won't go any higher than 15 pounds, but I'm going to increase the count. So that's what we're going to do. So Saturday, starting in January, Saturdays will start at 10 o'clock. I'll work out starting on the bike. I don't have to prove nothing to y'all. I'll show y'all the bike, but it's basically going to be me talking to y'all while I'm on the bike. It just come to a point, y'all see me walk for a year, and still many of y'all probably saying, she ain't even walking. So it comes to a point, I have to put my grandmother, which is now my words into play. A liar don't believe nobody, and a chief don't trust nobody. And I added over a year, a bullshitter thinks everybody bullshitting. So I'm going to have to throw that back at you. So it's just going to be my face. I'm going to be on the bike. And we'll do 15 minutes. And then I could stay up there. I don't even have to transfer down here. I got to work it out. I got stuffuses to do. So. That I gotta do. Yeah. I just dawned on me that I gotta find something. A backdrop. I'm gonna have to use the backdrop. I'll use it behind the bike. And then after the bike, I just take my chair and put it in front. And I'll have the weights. Easy peasy. Ooh. Let me see something now. I'm not hot. Yes. So, let's get some fingers action, right? That fan feels good. I finally got the angle worked out. When it comes on and it cools me down really, really good. Really, really, really good. Really good. Good enough cracking. Knuckles cracking. Whatever little muscles is in there, we've been exercising them for a year. Whatever little muscles, there's little bones and little muscles. And we've been hitting the little muscles, and they've been protecting the little bones, and everybody working together for the greater good. But yeah, I'm walking in my core. I am moving in my core. Oh, I am moving in this. This is moving my body. Not my legs. My feet move. But this moves it all. This wonderful core. And for years, this is the core I felt when I ice skated. It's the core that makes you think you're walking on a cloud. Because, like I said, there's no weight on your feet. There's no weight on your knees. There's no weight on your hips. It's all here. It's freaking amazing. You know what it makes me think of? That Will Smith movie, I Am Robot, I Robot. And just how everything that controls that body is right here. And as this gets tighter, it just lifts and holds so much. The human body is awesome. I wasn't always taught like that. I wasn't. I was taught how despicable my body is, how it does despicable things, and how it's just out of control, and it's on its own, and it works against you. And I remember in my head saying, well, that can't be right. That can't be true and that can't be right. What the hell? When my girlfriend Johanna from Austria, every time she said it would make me laugh. She used to say, what the hell? So I just couldn't understand why they would do that, but that's how they were trained. That the body works against you. That's not true. But when you want to manipulate a person, you tell them anything. Okay, I'm going to slow you down one more degree. And let's do our weights. We're up to 15 now. See, we just increased the number. We don't increase the weight. And you know, it's good that we count. Because as senior citizens and stuff, I remember my girlfriend who mother was going through dementia and stuff, and she would be over there a lot, and I would call and I would speak to the mother, and we started getting along really well. And she said, you know, Vicki, when you call and speak to my mother, why don't y'all do like number things, like to remind her to let you know. So I would call her, oh, how you doing today? What's the day? Oh, I forgot what day. Is that June? Oh, she said, yes, June. I was like, dang. I was like, but I don't have to worry about it because it's just Wednesday. She would say, no, it ain't Wednesday. It's Thursday. I was like, you sure? Let me get my calendar. I was like, oh, damn, you're right. That's how I used to do it with her because she would do. And then we were talking about how I went to the store, and then she cheated me, and anything just to get her so we could go into numbers and stuff. Very smart woman. Very smart. And we would laugh. And how did I know the daughter would get jealous? She the one that asked me. Ciao. 15. Tuck in your elbow. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One for good luck. She said, oh yeah, my mother told me you was gonna find it out. And I was like, well, yeah. I used to just call and say, hey, can I speak to blah, blah, blah? And her mother said, no, she ain't here. And I said, okay, this is Vicki. I'll catch you later. I said, but it was you who told me to help her. And I did. Tuck in your elbow, squeeze your gut. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One for good luck. Or did we go to 20? Can't remember. Anyway, we'll be in 20 by the new year. So I was like, what? And she said, oh, you called? Yeah, my mother told me that you told her we was going about going to the store. And I was like, because we was talking about counting and money and stuff. Didn't you say that I should do that with her because of her Alzheimer's? And I said to myself, oh, I'm out. So when I called, she said, yeah, and I felt really bad because we used to talk, but I was like, I didn't say to her, but I know, I was like, no. And so we just went back to, oh, just tell her Vicki called. And the mother would try to engage. She said, oh, how you doing? I said, oh, I'm fine. I hope you're doing fine too. Could you just please tell blah, blah, blah that I called? And I would hang up. Ciao. And I didn't learn anything. Again, this person asked me to go do something. And again, I went and helped her do something. And again, she turned on me, and guess what? If her ass was on fire in the middle of the highway and I was driving a water truck, I would get off the exit ramp before I got to her. People who hate you when you help them, stop. Don't do it. Stop. Oh, yes. Another quickie, icky, 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 icky. Quickie, wicky, wicky, icky. Icky, 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 icky. Oh, da-da-da-dee-dee-da-da-doo. Yes. Whew. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna remember Miss Vicky. She gonna open up the walk.
Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yes, indeed, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking.
Walking in McCoy, y'all. Walking in McCoy. Yes. That's what I set out to do, and that's what I did. I'm walking in my car. I'm walking in my car. It feels good just walking in your car. Effortlessly. You walk effortlessly when you walk in your car. Dang, this body is awesome. Whew. Hey, y'all. Thanks for the walk. It's been good. Great week. See you tomorrow. Thanks. Oh, YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the like. Thanks. See you tomorrow.